Hi learners, welcome to lesson 3 of our lessons on factorization. We began these lessons on factorization from factorizing a two-term expression. From there we moved on to factorizing a four-term expression and a six-term expression. You can watch the videos on lesson 1 and lesson 2 for clarities on how to factorize a two-term expression and a four-term and a six-term expression. Today we are looking at how to factorize trinomials. When we talk about trinomials, we are looking at a three-term expression. So for instance, we have x squared plus 7x plus 6. We realize that we use addition and subtraction signs to separate expressions. So we have addition sign here telling you that the expression x squared plus 7x plus 6 are in terms. So the first term of x squared, second term of 7x, third term of 6. Our focus is to factorize expressions of this nature. If you are asked to factorize expressions of this nature, there is a trick, because you realize from here, this three-term expression has no common factor. And therefore, we are going to resolve the three-term expression to a four-term expression. Then we can look out for common factors, we factorize, then we are done. But if you are resolving it to a four-term expression, care must be taken so that the values of the expressions will not differ. So we can have x squared plus 5x plus 2x plus 6. We realize that 2x plus 5x produced a result of 7x when you sum them up. So this is a direct way of expressing this in four terms with the value not changing. But the trick in solving such questions is this. Find a product of the first term and the last term. So x squared times 6 should produce 6x squared. And our second term of 7x. We are going to look for two terms that will sum up to 7x. At the same time, the product of these two terms should be 6x. We realize that the variables of these two terms we have here, x squared and x, when you sum up any expression with a variable x, the result will be an answer in the same variable x. When you multiply any two expressions with the variable x, the result will be a number 2, the variable x power 2. So we realize that the two terms you are looking out for should have the variable x in it. So that should solve the problem with the x squared and the x. Now you are going to look for the number part of the two terms, of which the product should be 6 and the sum should be 7. It is very easy to determine these two numbers. One, you realize that when it comes to products to produce the result 6, the two numbers should either be positive or they should be negative. We realize that because we are looking for the sum to also equal 7, then the two expressions or the two terms or the two numbers we are looking out for here cannot be negative, because if we sum up two negative numbers, it would not produce a positive number. So we realize the two numbers we are looking for should be positive. So now you look out for all two numbers that you multiply to produce 6. You can have 6 times 1, you can have 2 times 3. And these are the positive natural numbers whose product should produce 6. Now you think of summing them up, 2 plus 3 should produce 5, which is not 7. 6 plus 1 is producing 7. But the two numbers we need here are 6 and 1. And therefore the two terms we need here are 6x and x. If we find the product of these two terms, it produces 6x squared. The sum of these two terms produces 7x. So these are the two terms that will replace 7x in our trinomial. X squared plus 6x plus x plus 6. Then we are going back to our lesson 2. Using the same idea to factorize this expression. Pick them in pairs, the first two and the last two terms of the 4-term expression. The first two terms, the common factor is x. Don't forget, we are supposed to divide the first term by the common factor, and now produce a result of x. 6x dividing x will produce a result of 6. X and 6 has plus 1 common. We divide x by 1, produces the same result x. Divide 6 by 1, produces the result 6. The next, x plus 6 plus 1, x plus 6 has x plus 6 in common. We factorize x plus 6 out as a common factor. We divide the first term by x plus 6. X plus 6 cancels out to leave out x. Second term, 1x plus 6 by the common factor x plus 6 produces plus 1. And therefore we are done factorizing this expression.